Welcome. I am so excited to see you this summer because what this summer is about is stepping up to play a larger game. One question: are you ready to play a larger game? Are you ready to live an erotic life? Life is what we do with our emptiness. Emptiness is the feeling that somehow we're going through the motions of sex, the motions of work, the motions of loving, but we don't feel that radical aliveness, that sense of contact, that sense of being where we're supposed to be and knowing that our presence matters. We don't feel that sense of joy and delight that we know is our birthright. Now, it's not just that we want to feel that sense of joy and delight. It's not just that we want to experience radical aliveness for ourselves, but we actually can't give our gifts. We can't show up and love reality open in the unique way that we were born to do when we're disconnected from that sense of being radically alive. To live the erotic life is to experience radical aliveness in which, on the one hand, the meaning of your life is self-evident. You don't have to ask, what's the meaning of my life? Of course, here I am. And two, eros, living the erotic life, is the experience of radical aliveness which drives you towards contact. More and more contact, more and more creativity, more and more depth. Now, let's really get this. Eros and sex, what's the relationship between the two? So imagine your best sexual moment ever in your life. You were on the edge of fulfillment. You were all the way in, and he or she was all the way in, whatever your context of relationship was. So at that moment, when pleasure is coursing through your body, when love, the fragrance of delight, fills you up, you know you're in absolutely the right place at the right time. You're at the edge of fulfillment. Do you stop and say, well, what's the meaning of life? I don't think so. Because the meaning of life has become self-evident. The sexual models the erotic. Sex is not eros. The sexual models the erotic. The erotic is that same experience of being on the edge of fulfillment, knowing that you're radically needed, that your life is a triumph, filled with delight, joy, and pleasure, even sometimes when you're in the midst of pain. But you're in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing, and you know, this is my life. And the meaning of your life is so full, so obvious, that you don't even need to ask the question. You are radically alive, filled with delight, and filled with purpose. Wow. How to live that life? How to allow the sexual to be our teacher, both in living erotically within the sexual, but then living erotically in every dimension of life. That is the enlightenment that we're going to actually experience this summer with the grace of She, with the grace of Goddess, with the grace of a reality that loves us and knows our name. And we're going to come together as a community, as a unique self-symphony, as a band of outrageous lovers. We're going to love it open in a way that every person is so radically empowered, so radically alive, that we'll actually be able to access that change that we've been looking for, the change that changes everything. But thank you.